A lot of people use money for self-care, but right now I don't. And that's not because it's bad. It just doesn't fit how I'm doing things right now in this season of my life. And it wasn't some big announcement or dramatic decision. It honestly came from a moment that made me really stop and think about how I was approaching rest and care. So today, I'm just sharing. It's just a conversation to share what changed for me. This is not to convince anyone to do anything differently. This is just about me talking about the season that I'm in right now. And so I've struggled with back pain for the last few years because of an injury trying to exercise. And so last year, I finally decided to plan a self-care day for me. I took a Friday off. I was going to the chiropractor that day, and I'd already booked a massage for after my chiropractor appointment, and I was going to a really nice spa. Everything lined up perfectly, but I had been so overwhelmed. I had been so exhausted with work and tired emotionally and just drained that on my day off, I completely forgot about my massage appointment. And of course, it had to be paid in advance. So I was just so upset with myself. And this wasn't a cheap appointment. I was, getting massage and a facial and all of that. And I couldn't get a refund because I was a no-show. So it was just lost. It was just money lost. And I know that that's a moment in my past, but it really made me pause and think about my self-care. Not in a way that's shameful, but in a way that's reflective. And so I kept telling myself to book another massage, but something kept saying, why? Not right now. And I had to ask myself, does it really fit in my life right now? Because around that same time, my perspective on self-care started to shift a little bit. Now, we've been working on being debt-free, and that goal requires intentionality, making some real choices and some real sacrifices. And so I realized that if I kept trying to take care of myself by spending money, then it was disconnected from the direction that I'm trying to go in this season of my life. And so it wasn't that massages or spa days or nails or any of that, you see, I don't have my nails anymore, are wrong. It's just that they don't align with what I am building and where I am right now. So instead of feeling peaceful about those decisions, I would really think about the cost, and that's not really where I want to be. And so for me, self-care, it really shouldn't be attached to stress at all, and sometimes finances are stressful. And so that was a big turning point for me. I started asking myself, what does self-care really look like in this season of my life and the way that I'm trying to live it now? And so I've shared with you before my routine, which looks very simple. You've heard me talk about the stretching, the deep breathing, the giving myself permission to relax. That's pretty much what I do. Sometimes that relaxation means just resting, lying down, being still, no noise, no pressure, just rest. And what really surprised me is how effective that type of self-care is when you do it consistently. It doesn't look fancy, it doesn't cost anything, but it fits in my life right now. And I've decided that soon I'll be adding another component of self-care to my routine. It will be free, but I'm still working through that, trying to decide what I want to do, but I'll keep you posted on that when I'm ready to, share more about that. But what I'm learning right now is that self-care isn't always about adding more or spending more. Sometimes it's really about the simplicity. It's about the simple things. And so when I stopped reaching for my wallet as the first solution, I started noticing that peace felt more accessible because I'm not tying self-care to money. And that's a good thing because that's where I am right now. And honestly, that feels more sustainable to me in this season. So I want to say clearly that this is just my experience. Spa days are wonderful. Massages are wonderful. Investing in yourself, vacations and pedicures and manicures or whatever other self-care methods you practice, wonderful. It is absolutely beautiful. Do what works for you. But this is simply where I am, and those things don't fit into my routine right now. They will at some point, but not right now. And this is just how I'm adapting to the changes that I need to make. So for me, self-care isn't about spending, but it's about reconnecting with myself, restoration, and rest. So maybe self-care isn't about what we spend or how we spend, but what restores us. So I'm curious, what does self-care look like in your life right now?